Good morning, and you are now watching the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and this is our October show, and of course it's brought to you by DTC Communications with our thanks, because they always give us the opportunity to highlight what's going on in Cannon County, and we do appreciate that, believe me. Before we even get started, I do want to send our thoughts out to the people in a lot of states, but especially North Carolina, Georgia, and in parts of Tennessee that experienced devastation from Hurricane Helene, because those people have damage done and lives lost, that some of the damage will not be done anytime soon, will not be repaired. And our thoughts go out to them, and I just, you don't know what to say. I know that they will receive help, but right now they're not asking for a lot of people to come up there because you can't get in. I mean, it was that bad in East Tennessee, and in North Carolina was that bad too.
The area was 40 trillion gallons of water. That's what they've estimated. That's 40 trillion gallons. That's estimated to fill up 251 football stadiums as far as all the water that's been
You just look at the pictures on TV, and they're up around the Biltmore. We had plans on going to visit the Biltmore in a couple of weeks, and we had to call and cancel those because Asheville Village is underwater, and part of the Biltmore was. Not all of it, but part of it, but you can't get in and out. So, we'll put that off till a later date, I'm sure. But we do wish them the best. And then there were a lot of lives lost, and some that they've never accounted for. Not yet, anyway. And then, of course, Hurricane Helene made a difference right here, not to the amount of damage, that it kind of relieved our drought, is what it did, because at my house we got 5.5 inches of rain. And that we needed the rain, but we didn't need everything they got. But it did cancel some events. One of them was the Color Fall Car Show, but we are using the rain date for that. And there was also a tractor pull scheduled for that same night, which they did have it, and they had a good crowd for it. So I'm glad that they got to, that they could get that done this year, because last year it got rained out too. But anyway, that's minor to what happened to people in other areas. So we'll just go on with the rain date on these and see what happens. I do have some guests with me here today, and of course one of them is Sue Patrick, and she is here to talk about the Lions Club event, which is held every year, and it's Coats for Cannon. Sue, it'll be held on November 8th and 9th of this year at the Lions Club building. You want to tell us a little bit about that? You started that some years ago.
Yes, we started that, I believe, in 2008. And so we were collecting coats, and we usually also have hats and gloves and socks and underwear. And we need new socks and underwear. If anybody would like to donate any, they could bring it by my office or give it to a Lions Club member. Darlene Chartrand is working to take this event over, because I've done it for many years, and she's excited about it, and she's bought a lot of coats, and the Lions Club buys so many coats, and then we take new coats or gently used coats, and we make sure they're in good shape, and then anyone in the county can get one, any age person, if they will come, and we like them to be there in person to be sure the coat fits. But it's a good event.
The only thing they have to show is proof that they live in Cannon County.
Yes, they either can show a driver's license, a utility bill, or some kind of other bill that shows their address is in Cannon County. The event is Friday, the 8th from 4 to 8, and Saturday from the 9th from 9 to 1. This is November. This is a November event. We try to get everybody a coat before it gets so cold.
You're in need of the smaller sizes, right?
We need some kids' clothes, like we need, and underwear, we need all sizes, and socks, we need all sizes. A lot of young children, parents will bring their young children, and they seem to be really thrilled when they get a coat and hat and gloves. You know, they're really tickled to get those items, and so we try to have them for them. And like
Some
I
of
said,
them get excited if they get underwear that has Spider-Man on it.
yeah, I know. So we try to give them just what they need, and they enter the building one family at a time, and each family member is available to get a coat, and we try to help them out, and we try to have all sizes. Now, occasionally we won't have some of the larger sizes, but children's coats, we try to be sure and have all sizes. And so if you're in school with someone or whatever, and you might tell them about it, we'll have flyers out all over town telling about it. And it's in the Cannon Courier that we'll be having this event. And it's a good event. We have fun doing it, and like our goal is, we are a service club, is to do service projects, and we consider this one of our important service projects. We have a lot of service projects, such as eye screening and all those sorts of things. But this is one of the ones that we do. We have the Blood Mobile. We have a lot of different things that we do. And we support through our White Cane, which we usually have a fish fry for it. And we support, Leader Dog, World Services for the Blind, Vanderbilt Cancer Center, vision screening, juvenile diabetes research. This usually comes from our Princess Ball. Leader Dogs for the Blind, Tennessee Scoop for the Blind, and Middle Tennessee Lions Sight Service. So all of this we support, and these are some of the main goals of the Lions Club is sight and hearing. So you can contact a Lions Club member, or if you want to be involved in some of this, and if you would like to be a Lions Club member, we're always looking for good members who can be active in the community. And so you can contact a Lions Club member or me and let us know that you'd like to be a member, and then you visit the club, and then you're voted on, fill out an application, and then you can become a member. But like I say, I've had one or two that would say this Coats for Cannon made them want to be in the Lions Club because they thought it was such a valuable project, for to get little kids and any age person coat. So it may not be cold yet on that date of November the 8th and 9th, but people should be thinking about getting them a coat and hats and gloves or whatever is needed, and then and they can contact me at my office at 615-563-1328, or Darlene Chartrand at 802-779-4092 if you need to learn more about this. And we're thrilled to do this project, and we do feel good about it.
And we've had I will say one thing, some of the coats that were left over, and I'm really surprised at this, if you are a leather person, they have some nice new leather coats out there. And they have one in particular that if I had a motorcycle and I was a bigger person, I would want that coat.
Yeah, we've had donations of new coats.
Yes, there are.
So it really helps the community that we try to have these for everyone. And we want everybody to come, families. You know, if your parent is not able to come, then you could get them one. But if you have children, you really need to bring them so we can be
Try
sure
'em
they
on.
get the right size. And it's something we enjoy doing. And then we have some other items in the Lions Club building. This is all in the shed at the Lions Club, but Betty Bailey is in charge of this, and she has other items in the building that will be available for people to get. So it's just a service and that we want to provide, and we're proud to do it.
I still remember, I guess the first one we had a little boy come in. He was probably 4 or 5 years old, little boy. But there was a Titans jacket there, and it was way too big for him. But he had to try it on. And of course, it came down to his knees. But that was the coat he wanted. And he went home with that coat. He also went home with one that fit him.
Yeah, but I remember how thrilled that little boy was.
Yes,
A leather
he was.
Titans jacket. It was a nice
So he's
jacket.
probably wearing that leather Titans jacket now.
Several years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Several
so he
years.
was just, he wanted that so bad we couldn't have not given it to him.
No, that was his definite choice.
Yeah.
So yes, the Lions Club, they're involved in a lot of things. During the year, we always have the food drive for the food bank, and that usually starts in November, right up until Christmas, sometimes a little after Christmas, where we have a food drive at the Dollar Market, and people donate food, and it helps our food bank for probably half a year. We get enough stuff donated for that. And also as a member, if you want to volunteer for any of those things like the food bank or anything like that, they're always needing help. And let's face it, I don't know of what county that doesn't need help. So this is a good thing. And the Lions Club, they always get in there, along with all the site programs and checking the kids' site at schools. And over the years, there's been many children that have been sent on further with serious eye diseases, and it was all due to the fact that they were checked at school to find this out. So how can you argue with that?
We buy eyeglasses too.
Yeah,
If someone
we do.
is in need of some glasses and the requirements, they fit the requirements, then they're eligible to get an eye exam and some eyeglasses.
So what are the requirements, by the way? Do you know?
For what?
For eyeglasses? Not
Yeah,
for me, but
to
just
get
in
the free
general.
ones.
If you can't see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
If you keep walking into walls and, yeah, I got you. You're
Yeah.
eligible.
Carl Hurlston is really in charge of that.
Yeah.
And he has an application that has to be filled out. And then he will give them a voucher where they can go and get an eye exam and one pair of glasses. If they, America's Best, he buys those
Oh.
vouchers and he gives them those, and they can go there and have the exam and get the eyeglasses. So he does a good job with that. And so
I kind
that's
of
our-
wondered how that worked, you know? I didn't know that you went to an eye doctor to get,
Yeah, well, we send
obviously.
you to, if it's something like where you might have to have a surgery, they could go to another doctor, and then we can send them to Vanderbilt, and we pay for some of the surgeries there if
Okay.
they have to have surgery. So that's the main purpose, I guess, of the Lions Club was sight when we first started. So that's something we continue on. To tell you the truth, I was trying to think of the questions on that application, and I can't even think
I don't
what-
believe I've ever seen them. I've had people call me.
I've
And
had
I will
people-
tell you, they also take donations of used glasses.
Yeah.
And these are usually sent to third world countries that, people that need glasses. We used to have a man that would take them, where did he go,
Haiti.
Africa?
Haiti.
Haiti, okay. And so if you have glasses that you no longer can wear and they're just laying around the house, you can take them to the Lions Club and they'll make sure that they get used somewhere, because there's people in this world that don't have access to glasses.
And they don't have a doctor, so a lot of
Right.
times they'll just lay them out on a table, they say, and these people come and pick up the different glasses.
And see which
to
ones
see
they
which
can
ones
help.
they help them. So that's been a good work, really, you know, for that. So, but
And
anyway,
that's
that
the
is
World
our,
Services for the Blind, right?
yes, our Middle Tennessee Line Sight Service, I guess, too. We're affiliated with so many different, like the Tennessee School for the Blind, you know, if a child needs to go there, different things like that, that we help support. Our White Cane money helps support all of these projects.
Most of the money raised by the Lions Club goes to Lions Club charities. There's always some that you have to keep, you know, to keep the building and the lights going and everything. Of course, we pay membership dues to be a Lion too, and that helps with that. But most of them are charity organizations that benefit from the Lions Club when they raise money. That's not counting the ones that they just donate their time and efforts to. That's
And we've
something they do.
Also done disaster relief, where we helped when we had the flood. We had a benefit, a barbecue
And an
supper and
auction.
a silent auction, and that money was distributed to the people based on their losses. And we helped with the tornado relief in Readable. When that happened, and we got a grant from Lions International for $10,000 to help with that. And then we raised money for that. So all of that, like I say, we're just a service organization, and we're trying to do what needs to be done in our community.
Hey, you got to have these organizations in your community. If you're small, and especially a rural community, all of your volunteer people, and that's your emergency services, whatever, are usually made up mostly by volunteer people. And the Lions Club is certainly one of the top ones that will go out there if there's a need and do their best to see or to help with that need. So if you're looking for something to do and you have some free time, you might want to become a Lions member. Okay, Sue, anything else you want to talk about?
No?
Anybody you want to talk about?
No, we're just taking donations. For, right now, we're needing underwear and socks for children.
And these are new ones, not
And this would be
not
new
used
package ones. And we're taking these donations right now. And then we have already bought a number of coats, and we've inventoried what we have, and we keep them in the shed at the Lions Club, and we're getting some additional coats as we need them, or if you'd like to give a donation for this of a monetary, or
Then we can-
bring a coat or whatever, that would be appreciated.
And there's no, you don't have to fit within a certain income or anything. If you need a coat, just live in Cannon County. If your kids need a coat or your grandkids, just bring your kids so you can try them on to them. But there's no limits as far as for how much you make or anything else. If you live here and you need a coat, bring them in. Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome to stay.
Thank you, Carol.
Now we have a gentleman that is known to all of us because not only is he very talented. I always think of Daxton with Shake, Rattle, and Roll, which is a band that plays at the Art Center quite often and other places throughout town. But he also works for the Art Center. So you're here to talk about everything Art Center, aren't you?
Everything Art Center today, yep. So just, as you all know, we always have a ton going on. You see the parking lot full and you're like, what's going on tonight? There's always something. So coming up this upcoming weekend will be Little Shop of Horrors. And so that's much like the I think it was 1986, movie with Rick Moranis and Steve Martin and everybody. It's got a lot of the same songs and everything. Doo-wop kind of music, rock and roll in it. Yeah,
I know all about that doo-wop music.
Yeah. I think I might too. But yeah, that's going on this weekend. It'll close on October 19th. That'll be our last show. Following
That's
that,
on Fridays, Saturdays.
Fridays
and do you have a
and
matinee?
Saturdays at 7:30 and Sundays at 2.
Right, okay.
And then following that, we're actually going to be a stop on the Off the Beaten Path art
Tour.
studio tour. Yeah. There's 2 stops in Cannon County this time. It's a studio tour in DeKalb and Cannon counties. And we've got 2 stops in Cannon County this year. One is at Maggie Sincera's studio out in, I believe I'll have to look at the paperwork, but it's on their website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Off the Beaten, what would that say? It said Off
Yeah,
the
it's
Beaten Path.
offthebeatenpathtour.com.
Yep. It's going to be there. And then another stop is going to be here at the Art Center. So we're going to have a potter, a painter, and a printer.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, the printer actually is going to be Heather Mulder, who did the
3D.
Bluegrass.
Yeah.
She's
Forever-
very talented too.
Yeah, the Bluegrass Forever stamp, yeah.
Right.
And then J.P. Tidman, who has done stuff here, but works at Short Mountain Cultures.
Okay.
And then Scrat, who does pottery. Yeah. So we're going to have quite a few here. And then also we'll have our existing art, as you can see, David Kleeman. And in the lobby is a diorama artist and a cartoonist. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's really fun in the lobby right now.
We also have a gift shop here that's marvelous. And if you went to the craft festival, which they had really good weather for the craft
Yeah.
festival, it was great. It really was a big attendance. The weather cooperated, but we had some great artisans here. Yeah, this is just some of those great artisans have things in the gift shop. But I wasn't aware that the art tour was making a stop here this year, and that's great. And what that is, for the people that don't know, is you actually go to these people's studio. In this case, it would be the Art Center.
Yeah, and those artists will be here, and that's going to be the weekend, October 25th through 27th. So that'll be 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, okay, good.
And following that, I mean, we've got Guys and Dolls coming up that'll close out our 2024 season.
And that's a musical.
Yes, yeah. Set in the early 1950s.
Right.
Yeah. And then closing out the year, but starting our school matinee series is Elf Jr. So we'll have kids come in during the week watching it on field trips.
When is that? What's the date on that?
That is December 10th through 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can find out more about that on our website at artscenterofcc.com. But that's going to start our school matinee series. So if you're a teacher, check out our website. You can book a field trip. Following that, in that same series, will be Sherlock Holmes and the Mystery of the Crown Jewel, which is February 26th through March 8th. And then closing out that series in May is Charlotte's Web. They'll be
Oh,
April.
that's everybody's favorite.
Yeah, April 30th to May 10th.
I want to tell you, I'm here, the chamber office is in the gift shop of the Art Center. How lucky is that? But I'm here when they have these field trips with these kids. And they really enjoy it. The kids really do enjoy those.
Well, and for a lot of them, it's their first
to see
theatrical
actual
experience or even entertainment. Maybe it's the first kind of like live performance,
entertainment.
performance art.
And
yeah.
a lot of them are by children their own age.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Elf Junior is everyone under the age of 18.
Right.
Because with it being a junior show, that is what the rights require, is everyone has to be under 18 that's in it. So they're actually rehearsing right now, getting ready for their show in December. Yeah.
Wow.
You'd be surprised at their rehearsals. They do really well. And during the show, they do really well.
And a lot of times this teaches those kids confidence and
It does.
Speaking
It's
out
the
and, yeah.
same way with, when they come to all of those, the conservatories that you have every year
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing.
But also, if you just like our regular season shows, we've got our 2025 season out now. It's our 45th anniversary, so starting 1980. Not that long ago, right?
No.
So
Seems
Not at all.
like it.
starting off that season will be Alice by Heart, which is the story of Alice in Wonderland, but set during World War II. And that's going to be January 24th through February 8th.
Okay.
And following that is a classic, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma,
Okay.
which is March 28th through April 12th.
That's another musical, guys.
Another musical. And then yet another musical is going to be June 13th through 28th. That's going to be Disney's Newsies, about the Newsies strike.
Right.
And following that in August will be Sweeney Todd.
Oh,
Yeah, another classic. And then we have our straight play for the season in September, which is Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap. So that's going to be kind of a murder mystery type.
right.
And then closing out in December will be $1 Million Quartet Christmas. So if you saw $1 Million Quartet in 2017, this is a sort of sequel set during Christmas.
All right.
Because the original show was December 4th, so it'll be a little bit closer to.
And I
Couple
want to
weeks
tell
later,
you,
right.
these
Yeah, yeah.
that he's told you about make a great Christmas gift for people on your list that have everything, and it gives all year long because you get all these plays. So if you've got someone that you don't know what to get them and they kind of like entertainment of some type, by all means, getting a season ticket would be a great gift.
Well, and even so, it's cheaper than buying tickets individually. It's $80 for our season ticket, which gives you a ticket to each show in that season, which is 6. And it's a $20 savings if you were to buy it individually. So it's definitely a bang for the buck, and yeah, it's a gift that keeps on giving year long.
It does.
Yeah.
And I don't believe I've ever went to anywhere I had people leave that were fussing about it. I'm sure there's probably some out there that like some shows better than others, but as far as for people actually griping about the shows or anything, they're great. They're very entertaining, the same way with your tribute bands.
Yeah.
And I did notice out there, I seen on the wall that you're having a tribute band for Fleetwood Mac.
Yes, so actually starting the year in our concert series, we're going to have a Johnny Cash and June tribute in, I think it's January 11th. AR Cash, they came here once in 2022, so they're coming back. And following that, actually, Jason Petty is coming back to do Hank Williams' The Lonesome Tour.
Those will be
Oh, yeah.
big
That's-
draws.
Yeah, that's going to be April 19th. And then in May is going to be Fleetwood Mac. Now, not the Fleetwood Mac, but it's a tribute. It's spelled F-L-E-A-T.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So it's spelled a little bit different, but it's a Fleetwood Mac tribute band.
Right. But
and-
they're these tribute bands, I've gone to the Beatles, I've gone to several of the tribute bands. They sound as good as the actual bands do. They do.
And some of them look exactly like. I remember back in the War Trace Music Fest a few years ago, they had Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings. Willie Nelson put on some big time weight, you could tell, but I mean dead ringers
Yeah.
in the face.
It's the next
for
best
Willie.
thing.
Yeah.
And actually, another show we have in May is the Piano Men, so Elton John, Billy Joel tribute. And so they do songs from both of their discographies.
Okay, are you going to have your band?
Oh, well, so in September, Shake, Rattle, and Roll will be coming back to Art
I
Center
love
September
this
6th and
show.
7th.
I love the show.
But before that is Music City Stones, the Rolling Stones tribute
Okay.
in
Oh,
August.
that'll draw a big crowd.
Yeah, they'll be coming in August.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we've got a year full of stuff. You can always check out our website or call us at 615-563-ARTS. That'd be 615-563-2787.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with any of it. It's not like it's going to be something you're going to be sorry you did, because you won't. They're good. And you can get a great Christmas gift here. And if you don't want to do the tickets, go in the gift shop.
Well, and we've also have a package. It doesn't offer a discount or anything, but if you like to see all of the concerts in the concert series, and you don't want to go in and individually buy each ticket, we have a Flex Pass that'll just help you get all the tickets in one stop.
Oh, that's great right there.
Unfortunately, we can't discount because what we do is we rent the space to the bands. so-
Right, and they charge their own.
Exactly. So if you
Right.
love what you're seeing, just know that your ticket sales are going to the band. All we charge is a flat rental, and they
Right.
get the ticket sales. Yeah.
And I have not heard one tribute band that was bad. I have not. And you won't either. I'll tell you, the Beatles, maybe they didn't look like the Beatles, but they sure sounded like the Beatles.
Do you get a Taylor Swift tribute band, or maybe a Justin
Not
Bieber?
yet.
I haven't had anyone do that yet. Maybe it's because they're still touring.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I find people touring for bands that either don't tour as often, have gotten up there in age,
Right.
or passed
I was going to say
away.
Rolling
Yeah.
Stones, every
They
now and
still
then
tour,
they'll still
yeah.
tour, and they've got a new CD that came out last year.
And
Yeah.
well, I will say, and this is also like a cheaper alternative to actually seeing the Rolling Stones. It's the next best thing to Mick Jagger.
So the next thing we'll see with no touring bands anymore is Aerosmith. Aerosmith had to call it quits.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because of Steven Tyler's voice issues.
Yeah, I should look
So,
into an Aerosmith
Yeah.
band to book. Yeah.
Get Dude Looks Like a Lady down
Yeah.
here and bring out the elevator.
If you like concerts, there's one local right here coming up. And you might want to look into that pass for all of them, because that would be a great gift too, to give. So I didn't know they were doing that, but that's great. Thank you, Daxton. Anything else you want to tell us about what you're doing?
I think it was information overload. I think I gave them everything.
Yeah.
But of course,
You
all
can
that's on our
always call
website.
the Art Center or go on their
Yep.
their Facebook page, and it'll tell you everything we've just told you about, except for the ad lib part. It probably won't.
And you can
tell
always
that.
sign up for the mailing list, and we'll send an email out with
There
what's
you
coming
go.
up.
Nothing bad about that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm going to tell you about a few things that we are having, and two of these things are early in October. One of them is Friday, October 11th, and that is an evening of remembrance, and it is sponsored by SAVE, which is our domestic violence organization, and they're having a fundraiser, and it's a dinner and a silent auction. It's 6 to 8 p.m. at the Experience Church located at 209 Murfreesboro Road here in Woodbury, not far from the Art Center. And their silent auction, they're having a dinner for one thing, and their silent auction has some great items. They have Ober-Gatlinburg tickets, Lucky Lad Farm tickets, Nashville Zoo tickets, the Cannon Arts Center show tickets, weekend Gatlinburg getaway, and there's many more things that you can bid on, plus a dinner, and find out a little bit more about what domestic violence is all about, because that's another one of those things that you wished you didn't need, but you do. And so they need some help as far as fundraising to keep up what they do. And then October 12th is the Short Mountain Volunteer Fire Department. It's their annual benefit ride. And I got to tell you, this is, what it is they've opened it up to cars, but it's mainly for motorcycles. And you know, motorcycles, unlike car shows, usually a car show, you go there and you sit, but a motorcycle show is a little different. They want to get out and ride. So you have a registration time, which will be around the square in Woodbury, and that registration time is from 8:30 to 10. And then they're going to go out. It's kind of like a poker run. They're going to ride a path, but the cars are welcome too, and they can go, but it's led by the motorcycles. And then you come back to the square. Now they're going to have vendors, they're going to have door prizes, this type of thing, and then I guess they'll have awards for the winners. But that will be October 12th. And if you need information on that, I'm going to give you a number, but if you don't get that number written down, one of the numbers is 615-318-9289 or 615-684-4089, and you can call the chamber, and I'll be glad to give you those numbers. And of course, the chamber number is 615-563-2222. And then we just heard from Daxton about the October 4th through the 19th is Little Shop of Horrors, and that will take center stage, and then followed by the musical Guys and Dolls, and that will be November 8th through the 23rd on the weekends. October 12th is going to be a grand opening at the social event venue, and this is located at 105 North Cannon Street, right across the street from the square. The ribbon cutting will be at 9 a.m., followed by a quilt sale, which will be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is a new building that has been converted to a social event center. In other words, if you're having a party, if you're having a get-together for any reason, you can rent this area, this building, for that event, and you can rent it for all day or hours or whatever. You just need to call Cindy Bush, and she is located at the Willow 210 antique store, and tell them that you're interested in renting this, or just check in with them. And then November 22nd through the 23rd, and I know we're already talking about Christmas because it's going to be here.
Well, Walmart's already got their Christmas decorations.
Oh, I
out
know.
anyway,
I bought something yesterday.
Oh, did you? Okay. Okay, so yes,
The village
it's
goes
safe
up
to,
pretty soon, you know. But anyway, well, I think almost all the stores I've been in have their
Yeah,
Christmas out.
because they've got to follow Walmart, you know.
Well, whatever. I like Christmas. I don't care when they put it up.
They keep it out all year long, couldn't they?
That's
It's kind of like what I do with my Christmas lights. I don't have to worry about putting them back up. I just keep them out all year long.
We used to talk about people that did that.
No.
But that's all right. If you
But now
want your
it's
Christmas
acceptable
lights
now,
out,
yeah.
it's fine.
Used to it was odd, but now it's good to go. You know, you don't get made fun of anymore.
We got November 22nd and 23rd will be the Cannon Country Christmas. It takes place around the square and throughout Cannon County. We have a lot of businesses that aren't right around the square, but they want to be involved in this. Now, most of the events happen on Friday night, beginning at 5 o'clock. We bring Santa into town on the square. There is always the live nativity scene, and when I say live, yes, they have a camel, they have live animals, live people. They even had a kangaroo one year. But the reason they did is because, bless his heart, nobody rented him, so they took him. Hey, he was cute.
If kangaroos
It was a
could only
baby
talk,
kangaroo.
yeah.
Hey, we loved it. People loved it. It's all right. The merchants stay open late. This is a merchants event. This was what this was originally. I think this is the 34th year that we've been doing this. The county and the city has. And it used to be just the businesses around the square, but then some of the other businesses throughout wanted to jump in. Some of them don't stay open, like the banks, late on Friday, but Friday during the day, they have some specials. The flea market, they have some specials on Saturday, and they usually have a lot of things going on down there. We have some antique stores that are in Bradeville and Gazaway. They want to be part of it, and so they will do Friday during the day and Saturday. Now, Friday night we have Santa. We will have some other items that we will be doing on Friday night, but mainly that's for the businesses. So come and shop, come over at the square. Before, we've had businesses that set up s'mores at no charge to you. They'll have hot chocolate and cider. This year, I think there's going to be one food vendor that we had a meeting on Monday night, several of the merchants, and we decided that maybe one of the vendors that has a business license and wants to set up can. But Saturday has always been a problem about bringing people into town. Well, last year we had a kiddie car show, and this was for ages 2 to 8 years old. If they had a pedal car or a battery operated car. Now, we do ask that the parents come with them because some of these children had vehicles that were operated by remote control, which was a good thing. I only got ran into twice.
How many times did you get run over, though? You got ran into twice, but let's talk about how many times you got ran over.
I just got ran into. The other thing that will be here, was here last year, is the Polar Express. And of course, Huff and Puff have a train that is a Polar Express, and it does actually snow. It does let snow out. It's great, but it will be there and people will enjoy that. We just have a good time, and we have music, thanks to Keith over here, because he does the music and announcing for that. And of course, it is Christmas music. You may hear Dean Martin, you may hear a lot of the old-time Christmas music, which is fine with me, but everybody needs a little Christmas music.
And this year also, in the Christmas offerings, we'll do kind of a little radio type of show where we introduce some new Christmas offerings that are out in the market, and music, and tell you little stories and all kinds of good stuff.
Well, that's good.
So
Santa's going to be there. He loves to walk around the square. He checks in with me several times a year, and he has agreed to come back. And if you want pictures with Santa, whether it be your adults, children, we've even had pets that we took pictures with Santa, and you take them with your own camera, your own cell phone or whatever, and it all works out good. He gets to greet the children, he does give them out goodie bags and this type of thing. So it's just a fun night. And we invite everybody. You don't have to be from Cannon County to appreciate this. Anybody can come and have a good time with this. And the kiddie car show will be on Saturday from 12 noon until 2 p.m. And we will block off the front part of the square because of the liability of these children being there on their cars. We can't have people driving around there and everything. We learned the hard way that you don't do this because we almost had a serious thing happen one year. So we blocked that off. They can come there. You know, last year, that was an event that, have you ever had something where you lost control the minute it started? That's kind of how it was last
Yeah.
year. Just kids everywhere pedaling and
Peddling.
battery operated.
Right.
But we finally got some control. We did have the emergency service people there last year that helped out. They were a big help, and the kids got to meet the firemen and the rescue squad and the police. So this is good. And the Polar Express will be there for that event too. And whatever else we can come up with between now and then. But we do invite everybody. You don't have to just be from Cannon County. Just come in and help us celebrate. The businesses will have specials and sales, and many of them will have refreshments, and you certainly want to visit them. And you never know. You may run into something you thought you didn't need, but you can't live without because you'll find some of that stuff. The dance studio will be having a show beginning at, I believe their show is starting at 6 o'clock that night, where it's right on the square where you can go in and watch the kids that take dance lessons that will perform for that. So that's always good too. And I did hear this. Santa wasn't real happy about it, but I did hear that the Grinch could be making an appearance for that too. So, I mean, what's Christmas
You know what
without
we
a
ought to do?
Grinch?
What we ought to do is highlight, maybe we'll do this at the next meeting. And after I say this, she's going to say no. But I think it would be fun to watch Santa Claus and the Grinch have a snowball fight.
No.
See? I knew
We
it.
don't
I knew it was
have
going to
enough
happen.
Snow.
No, not real snow, and not the snow that the Huff and Puff people with the train produce. There are snowballs, believe you me.
Oh,
Yes,
I know there are.
There are these snowballs you can buy at Walmart. Believe me, my girlfriend bought some. And every time I come through a room, and still, I mean, you can use them after the season, yeah. So I think that would be fun to watch Santa and the Grinch get into a snowball
The
fight.
kids they'd have to pick sides.
Yeah.
The Grinch and Santa would have to pick sides.
We'd have like cheering sections.
and
You know,
they
you
could
could,
all throw
yeah, you
'em.
could put like a section of bleachers for the kids. We'd even bring cheerleaders out.
That's not a bad idea.
But yeah, I still got the no from her though. That's what it was.
No, I didn't. I can always back up on that. I can do what I want to.
Okay.
Anyway, that's not a bad idea. I don't know how the Grinch and Santa will feel about it, but Santa's jolly and he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
So he might just go for that.
Angry Santa.
And the Grinch would probably go for it too.
Yeah.
So, and while we're on that, I do want to put this out there. Every year, the Lions Club has their big Christmas events on the first Saturday in December. And they start out with the Pancakes with Santa, and then they have the Christmas parade, which is a big parade in town. And then that evening, we do the tour of homes. Well, I chair that program, that particular one. I need homes in Cannon County that are willing to open up to let people view their Christmas decorations. So if you would like to put your home on the tour of homes, by all means, give me a call, and I will explain what all's involved in it. People will be going through your house, and we do ask that you decorate a lot. Usually people have some refreshments, which may just be cookies and water or whatever you want to have.
Cookies and water.
Well, you
It's
can have
supposed to be
cider
milk.
or hot chocolate
Yeah,
or
okay.
whatever.
Give them a bottle of water.
I just thought they can take the bottle with them. We can tie a ribbon around it or something.
Yeah, decorate it up. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a huge house. We had a gentleman last year. He had a relatively small house. Every room in that house was decorated. It was so great to go in it. He decorates outside and inside. The weather last year was not the greatest, so it kind of cut down on the amount of people that we had. And also the Lions Club building, I keep it open, and you can come in there because I will have the Christmas Village set up at the Lions Club. And if you've never seen it, you need to come through and look at it. I will have refreshments. They also will have their, now to put this, every year they sell Christmas nuts. And this is walnuts and pecans, and I think they have chocolate-covered peanuts and several different kinds. That's one of their fundraisers. Those will be there. And then also the Christmas ornament will be there for this year. And some people collect those every year. So if you haven't gotten it by the end, they certainly will be there for sale. So kind of remember that, but if you'd like to put your home on the tour of homes, give me a call, 615-563-2222. And I will explain to you all that's involved. It's not that hard, but you do have to open your home up to the people. Keith.
We got something. All right, real quick. I know we're running out of time. We got about 5 minutes left, according to my clock here. First thing that we want to talk about is we'll jump out of Christmas back into the Halloween spirit. There's a potential scarecrow contest that the county is bringing back. They hadn't had one since 2016, so they're going to try to revive that. I'll know some more information on the day as we're taping this, but know some more information about that. So what you'll want to do is look up Cannon Courier News and Events Facebook page, and I'll keep you updated on the proceeds, the progress of this particular contest. We used to have a contest for many, many years, and what it was you build your own scarecrow. There had to be dimensions to follow. There was certain dimensions that you had to follow, and we'd put them on the poles down
Around
at
the
the courthouse, around the courthouse. And at the end of the contest, we'd give away money. They'd give away a little money prize and everything. And October 31st, November 1st, you'd get to take your scarecrow down and home with you. So they're going to try to revive that again. And we just we're working out all the details on that, and that should be worked out sometime today. So by the time that you see this, just look up Cannon Courier News and Events Facebook page if you'd like to participate. And you'll probably hear in Cannon County, Woodbury, I'm sure nobody from Wilson County or something like that would want to come participate. But plus, we've only got so many polls too, so got to keep
That's
that in
true.
mind.
The first one was done by the chamber, and I can't remember the year. I've been here 20-some years, and it was probably the first couple of years that I was employed by the chamber. But we actually handmade these, and they were great, and we put them all over Cannon County. Well, 2 of them disappeared. And so I went over to the old feed store one day, and they were hanging outside on the porch. And I thought, where'd these come from? So Debbie Debbie Vaughn owned the feed store at that time. And when I says, where'd you get your scarecrows? And she said, they were hanging over Auburn Town Bridge.
That's right, I remember that, yep. I remember
And they
that.
rescued them and they brought them in, but she didn't know who they belonged to. So a lot of people had a lot of fun with that. But they were great scarecrows, and we did hand make them, put them on a fence post, used tobacco sticks for the arms, painted the heads.
Another thing I wanted to mention real quick before we head out of here, I want to give a shout out to Gerald Toledo and Global Industrial Components. They're celebrating their 30th year in business in Cannon County.
Oh, great.
They're going to be doing a big employee celebration and stuff on October the 9th. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but at any rate, it's going to be for the employees, and they're going to do it up big. Gerald called me today and told me about the different things that they're going to be doing. So I want to congratulate him on being in business for 30 years. They're a remarkable company, fun to work with, fun to work for, just a great company. And
They've always been a member of the chamber, too.
and we're starting to see an influx of businesses coming in here in Cannon County and in Woodbury and Cannon County, too. Hopefully they'll be around for 30 years. I understand that the building right next to Old Feed Store that had been empty for so long, I'm understanding that it might have sold, that the owner finally sat out there and turned it around and
The
sold it.
green building?
Yeah,
Well, good.
I'm understanding. I'm not for sure who it was sold to, but that's the rumor mill that I'm hearing. So, of course, you know how rumors are. But,
I know, but that's great because that building has sat empty for a lot of years, and it's a great building.
And if
And
y'all-
it's in a great area.
And if y'all are football fans and fans of homecoming in 3 weeks, on the 18th of October, it's Cannon County versus Cascade. Find out who our homecoming queen is. And that's all I've got. And we got 2 minutes left, or 1 minute left. Is
I
that
just
right?
want to wish everybody
Oh, we
a
got 0
happy
minutes.
Halloween, and I want you to be safe trick-or-treating. And we'll see you next month.